Solana versus MONAD. Who will be victorious? MONAD boasting a 10,000 TPS, 200 plus validator node ecosystem that is so decentralized and so powerful. Solana, also very fast, very cheap as well, has bolstered such a great bull run this cycle, one of the best performing assets this cycle with a ton of retail interest and also institutional interest. MONAD, however, is a newer coin that has been built out for years, and it's basically the underdog in this case. And in my opinion, it's good to take a bet on the underdog, on the undervalued project at the time. MONAD could do what Solana does, but because it's EVM compatible as well on the Ethereum virtual machine, it could do it even at a better and faster, more successful rate. The only thing that's lacking is those years of building that Solana already has under its belt, with a ton of dApps and a ton of builders and decentralized protocols where, like, for example, Pump Fund, that completely captured retail interest this cycle with meme coins and capitalizing on meme coins. Anyone could launch a coin through Pump Fund, and that really cemented Solana as the place to be for retail traders, right? So many different trading tools as well, terminals that got built on Solana. But I think MONAD is in the position, it's in the baby steps phase right now, and it's going to go into its adolescence, toddler to adolescence to teenage to grown phase as time progresses, and you're going to see MONAD competing against even Solana, which is, in my opinion, the only other L1 that could really, take over Ethereum's crown as the top L1. And I think MONAD will position itself to be in that same spot as well as time progresses. Both have great teams, both have great founders, both have great building that is being done, great communities supporting MONAD that has been built out for, even before the project's launch, official launch, with years of building their community, years of building the protocol. And we could see with the use case. I've traded on MONAD, and it's unlike any platform I've ever used. It's so fast and cheap, it's instant. The only comparison I could see is Solana. I've traded on Cardano, XRP, all these other chains, and even Ethereum, and they don't have the speed that Solana and MONAD has. And MONAD is even trumping Solana in speed, maintaining consistent 10,000 transaction per second, uptime, infinite uptime, no downtime as well, right? Solana versus MONAD, take your pick. I think MONAD is extremely undervalued, and I think MONAD is coming for that top spot to be a rival competitor to Solana. And stablecoin adoption is going through the roof. Stablecoin adoption is the next big wave in crypto, and whichever chain could capture stablecoin adoption the best will be a long-term chain. And I think MONAD is gearing up towards that path, and it is already accomplishing that. This is from Erich. Mon, you still have some time to accumulate below the ICO price. Killer apps loading, TVL growing, charts look great. This is great to see right here. So we could see some more time accumulating in this range that we're at. We're at 2.1 right now. So we could start a move up to 3 cents. And before you know it, we retest the all-time high for MONAD. VC deals are back to 2017 levels. Just another chart that points to this feeling that it's so over. When you see VC charts like this, and venture capitalists are not paying attention to the space, even venture capitalists are not paying attention to the space at this time. This is when you pay attention to altcoins that have a ton of strength, altcoins that are very undervalued, altcoins that have, in my opinion, a successful future ahead for it. Obviously, nothing is guaranteed in this space, but I'm never telling anyone to overinvest. And I think MONAD is positioned to capture the venture capitalist interest from the VCs that already been invested and the ones that are recently getting onboarded. One of my top videos recently is covering how CNBC, one of the top investors, went to present. I think it was MSNBC or CNBC, one of those news companies with squat box with institutional financial investors that have been speaking about, stocks, gold, silver for years, right? Decades. And one of the presenters at the time said that him and his company invested into MONAD at 2 cents, which is very bullish, awesome to see. And these are multi-millionaire investors here, guys. This is not any small fish. This is big fish we're talking about. And if they're invested in MONAD, I think as a retail investor, you should also take a shot, right? Obviously, though, never invest more than you're willing to lose, right? From a keel, wait for 2.5 cent to break, and then it will retest to open a long. If it breaks below 1.9 cent, then open a short. So he's looking to leverage trade MONAD here. I'm just spot trading. I don't think, you need to use leverage in this space, but leverage is good to, speed up the process in your money making ways, but you have to be great, extremely great at TA. With spot, you have a little bit more leniency with spot trading because you don't have to be the best TA trader to be successful in spot. You just have to buy, hold, be patient, then take profits along the way, right? So if you're into leverage trading, now would be a good time to pay attention to MONAD. MONAD right now sitting at 2.1 cent, holding up pretty well. I'll be honest, we just had, fears of World War III that is spread through the crypto space, but MONAD still holding this 2.1 cent level pretty great. Under $231 million in market cap, $42 million in volume, great volume, just down by 4%. Right now, 50,000 MONAD at this time is $1,064, which is a great investment in my opinion. And also 100,000 MONAD is $2,130. I think MONAD, like I said, is going to be a great altcoin. I think 10 to 30 cents is possible. So if you have 100,000 MONAD, you could potentially make $10,000 to $30,000 with one investment, with $2,200 invested into MONAD at these current prices. So I would definitely pay attention, guys. I would definitely pay attention. This is from Grimjob. MON is the future of stablecoins. So basically what I've been saying, stablecoin adoption is going through the roof. And MONAD is going to be one of the alternatives, the institutional investors use to be a stablecoin hub, right? They're not just going to use Ethereum or Solana. They need a third option, right? Just like how we have MasterCard, American Express, Visa, etc. There's going to be a third options. There are going to be other chains where people want to use their stablecoin growth and earn more yield on their stablecoins. And MONAD could be their chain of choice. And, you could see it already with what's happening and what the team has been building, right? This is from Dev. Been in SHMON since early days of testnet and stake MON for the very first day of the mainnet. It's been 3 months of mainnet. Fastlane seems to be unstoppable, growing every day. So this is talking about a dApp that is built on MONAD, which is called Fastlane. 3 months on MONAD, 100 million staked within 48 hours of launch. 500 million MON TVL survived the 100 million unstaked stress test with 0 issues. Fast climb back to 500 million MON stake, currently at 458 million MON. Chainlink acquired. Fastlane holds the license for Atlas Ace Max yields for multiple projects, 15% average APY. That is bullish. Like I said, guys, there's going to be more and more dApps built on MONAD. So if you're interested, you have a small percentage of your portfolio that you want to play around with, you could check out Fastlane to stake your MON. MONAD is the only way we survive the bear market. MON is becoming a stable coin. TVL steady, price action steady. Every day a project launches on MON. MONAD is the future. I agree with this take so much. This is one of the best L1s and undervalued L1s in the space. And before you know it, more and more dApps built on the project, meme coins, AI projects, AI agents, leverage platforms, DeFi platforms. You'll see the project explode in the future. No guarantees, but it has a higher percentage, higher probability of doing so, in my opinion. This is from Sejul. So OK seems MON hold a decent structure here. If it wants to hold higher lows, along with that support level, we should continue to expand higher, right? So basically paying attention here to what recently happened with MON around this 2.1 cent area. It's looking pretty good here. If you take a look at the 24-hour chart, 1 week chart, it looks to be like it's ready to start pushing up. We're paying attention. The overall macro of the market, Bitcoin is holding just below $67,000, or at 67,000. It's holding pretty well, even with the, you know, so-called World War III news that, you know, recently took place. And I'm very impressed. I'm surprised. So March looks like it's going to be a great month for the market. So we're going to keep an eye on that. As always, none of this is financial advice, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow me on X. My X account is in the description. Join my Discord. It's free. It's also in the description. And subscribe to my Clips channel, where I post, you know, short form videos on my Clips channel. I really appreciate you guys subscribe to that channel. Give it support as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next.